We can make contacts and ask if the people can spend 5 or 10 minutes of their time so that we can discuss and give information about our organization. After that, maybe they can even give a donation towards the organization. I mean, that's one way to save the senior citizens some money. It seems to be easier that way. I mean, what do you guys think? Well, we have to get the name noticed. The organization isn't really well known outside. So as long as we spread the word about our organization and do some advertising, I think we'll be okay. I just remembered something. Let me back up here and talk about capital campaigning and what it's really for. I mean, senior citizens really want to get out to that apartment. That building is designed for the deaf. I mean, it has deaf accessibility. When you ring the doorbell, the lights turn on, they have video phone ready to go, but it is still managed by hearing people, by a hearing company. I think we have 2 years left with the hearing company, and then that money will be handed over to us for the deaf community. I mean, that building, that apartment building, can create jobs for the deaf community. They can create manager positions for the deaf. They can create janitorial and maintenance positions for the deaf. Once we receive that money from the hearing company, we'll be able to send it back out into the community. And we have to be very specific with what we use the money for. All right, let me change my focus. We were talking about the website. If you notice that our website is very old-fashioned and has an old format, what do you guys feel like what the website should look like? And we need something that will grab people's attention when they go to the website. What do you think is important to put an ad onto that website? What should it look like, guys? Right now it's very, blah. Yes, basic, yes, basic. What do you guys suggest we put onto that website? Oh, well, I think it should be very, very visual. Well, what do you mean by visual? Well, lots of pictures. We have to be creative of what we put on there, what kind of pictures and what words we put on there so it'll grab people's attention. The words have to be very strategically chosen so that people will look at the words and sentences and be very interested with the website. Well, that's normal anyways to have many, many sentences. I mean, people are just going to skip right over that. They're not going to read that. Nobody has time to read all of that. I think short sentences are better. It's more eye-catching. And you had talked about being very visual. What do you mean by being very visual? Should we put, what do you guys think that we should put on the website?
You're going to want to keep it simple. Especially for the older crowd, you don't want to make it too complicated. You want to make the important information right when you first open it. Definitely would put pictures on there to make it more friendly and attractive. Maybe you can suggest using larger font so it's easier to read. Things like that. You definitely want to keep the consumer in mind.
Yes, you bring up a very good point. I'm not designing this for me, I'm designing it for them. So maybe we can start brainstorming about what we can put on the website. We can even possibly bring in 1 or 2 senior citizens and ask them to give us our feedback after they look at the website.
Have the people.
And then maybe they can make suggestions for what needs to be changed on that website.
Who's going to read it, design it?
Oh yes, I understand. That's really good. I understand that if we bring somebody in, they can think about, if it is very specific, they can make it more general to match the senior citizen community. Well, do you have somebody specific in mind? No, I'm just teasing you. Anyways, okay, let's move on. Now we've discussed the website. Let's talk about Facebook. That is very mainstream. I mean, senior citizens don't really join in on Facebook unless maybe their grandkids keep bugging them and tell them that they need to join Facebook. So Facebook should have posts every day. What do you think the Facebook page should look like, you guys?
Maybe make a Facebook group. That way it's easier. They can just go to one specific area on Facebook and check out what's going on. Their family can post pictures to the group. That way they're not overwhelmed by the new technology.
Yes, technology can be overwhelming, even for myself. At times I have trouble with technology. So you had mentioned a Facebook group. Do you mean a private group or more of a public group for the senior citizens to join in and look around and see what everybody else is posting about?
We can go about it both ways. I mean, you can make it open so that people who aren't part of the group can check it out, see their families, and then ask to join. Or you can make it private and hand out flyers so they can join. But you want to make it as simple as possible, so maybe make it open.
I actually was thinking to make it closed because I know a lot of senior citizens are, I don't know if the right word is paranoid, but they're a little bit skeptical of using the internet, especially in public areas, so they might be more likely to join if it's a private group.
That's a good point. And it's less likely for them to browse somewhere they shouldn't be going.